Preeti today. Okay, Preeti, hi. How are Preeti? Hi.
Hello, Chris. Hi, Chandrima ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. So you must be knowing that today we are going to talk about friendship, and we are going to discuss that how friends add value to our lives, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
what is friendship to you?
Friendship is where we support each other, where we be loyal with each other, where we'll not only for good times only, we will with them in their bad times also.
How important it is to have friends in life?
Yeah, it's a part of they are part of our life, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
So they are very important to us.
Would you like to elaborate your thoughts behind it? Would you please like to elaborate your thoughts behind why friends are so important to your life? You said that they're a part of your life, right? They're very important. They are so important. Can you hear
Hello.
me? Preeti? No, you are not audible. No, you are not. I cannot hear you at least. Veena, can you hear Preeti?
No, Preeti ma'am, you are not audible.
No, Preeti is not audible. Yeah.
She is having a network issue, I think so.
Yeah. Network issues are so very common with all of us nowadays. Yeah. Preeti, can you hear me?
She is not in the room.
She's not in the room, so she might have left.
Yes.
No, she's not in the room. Okay, so Veena, we will start with you now. Tell
Okay.
me how important friends are to you.
For me, my friends are my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I need them in good, I need them in bad phase, I need them. When I'm in trouble, I need
You
them.
are supposed to elaborate your thoughts behind it.
Yeah, I'm telling that. When I'm in trouble, I need them. When I'm happy, I need them. When I have to do party, I need them. Like in every mood, I need my one of my friend to be there for me.
Okay. What is friendship to you?
Trust. For me, trust.
If I give you two options between friends and family, whom would you pick? Do you think that there is an or option possible?
For me, like friends were there when I needed the most in my life. And now my family is there. So I can't choose anyone. It's very difficult to choose
If you
anyone.
have to pick anyone, if you have, yeah, if you are asked to choose anyone, then whom would you pick and why?
Like one of my auntie is one my best friend. So it's like family being a friend. So I'll choose my family.
Family as well, right?
Yeah, she's my family and she's my best friend.
No, and sometimes what I'm saying is sometimes friends also become family, right?
Yeah.
Tell me one particular parameter that differentiates friends from family. One parameter that differentiates friends from family.
For me, if you ask me, I was physically unfit. At that time, my friends were not there, but my family helped me a lot. Like I was bedridden for 6 months, and my family took care of me. So this was the one
Mhm.
point where friendship and family went up and friendship went down.
Did you get my question correctly?
Yeah,
I
the
asked you
parameter, the
what is
par.
one parameter? What is one parameter that differentiates friends from family? I'm not asking for evidences of instances. I'm asking for a parametric answer which differentiates friendship from family.
Like if you ask me, that is when you need a friend instantly, they are not there, but family is there to help you. Instant needing of a friend.
So, do you think that family's presence and family's support to somebody is a kind of a by default choice where you do not have to give it a thought that there is a chance that they might not be available? Is it like that?
No, family is
It
always
is a
there.
by default choice that family is always there, but friends are not.
Yeah, because friends have their own life, and family is there every time with you to support you.
So, how come a friend who is not there every time for you when you need is equally important to you as what your family is?
Like there are
How
some,
they can share the equal importance if they are not always there for you at the time of your need.
like there are some cases where you can't discuss with your family. You can share that with a friend
Mhm.
whom you trust, and that friend guides you properly. And you can't share with the family. Some incident are there like in your life that which you can't share with your family, your parents, your father or your mother, but you can share it with your friends.
Vina, is it not like that that family is something which we get by our inheritance, which we inherit, right?
Yes.
Because for that we do not have to earn a relationship. It's a by default stuff. Like my cousin, my parents, my children, my husband, my in-laws. So this is a by default stuff which I inherit or which I get out of my social entanglement with qualify. You have to earn for it, isn't it? Don't know on the road and he or she does not suddenly become a friend of yours. Person has to qualify for the same. So it is something for which you have to qualify, which you have to earn. This is one of a very important parameter that differentiates a friendship from a family. I asked for the parametric evaluation. I remember that I have given you instances where you were supposed to talk about one parameter and then also the same thing. Okay, try to understand the question when it is asked to you. Okay, parameter is something which indicates something like height is a parameter out of which two products can be compared, right? The packaging is one parameter out of which two products can be compared, like that. But if you are answering to something which is contradicting to your earlier verses, then you need to be a bit careful, because when I answer the first question that whether you're supposed to choose one out of two, that whether friends or family, you told me that I have to pick up both or none. There cannot be any one out of that. But when you started speaking more in details, then you talk that friends have their own life and they are not readily available for me whenever I need, but my family is there by default. That's exactly what you said, right? That is
Yes.
exactly what you said, right?
Yes. Yes. Hello.
So yeah, so there you have to be a bit, so you have to be a bit more careful in that note. You have to be a bit more careful on that note. So so that what you are saying now is not going to contradict what you are going to say next.
Okay.
Okay. Now tell me one thing, Veena, how friends add value to your life?
Like, do I have to say one any incident or just the value?
It's a
Hello.
generic question, so you have to answer it generic in a generic way in order to support your points. If you want to refer to one incident, that you can. But answers should not start with instances all the time.
Like one of my
The
friend
topic
taught
of the
me.
discussion for today is how
Yes.
friends add value to our life, right?
Yeah. One of my friend taught me a moral value to help others, which I was lacking. I'll share a one incident. One day, me and my friend were walking on the street, and a old lady, she was very dirty, like she was a beggar. Her hand was very dirty, and she was crossing the road. And when I saw, I just ignored her. But my friend went and she just hold her hand and she made her cross the road. And I was shocked to see like how can anyone touch that lady? She was so dirty. But she when she came, I told you, didn't you feel yuck touching her? She said, no, this is the moral of our life. We should help others. Like she's old and she can't see so much. So I helped her and she gave me so much of blessing. And her blessing counts a lot to me. That day I realized, okay, I am doing something very bad, ignoring the old people and not touching them just because they are dirty. From that day, I am also helping. Whenever I see someone, I help them.
Hmm. Any other point that you'd like to mention or add?
I know this was the thing which my friend taught me. Like this was the moral value which my friend told me. Helping is a very good thing. You should help others.
My question to you was how friends add value to your life.
Like this was the value which my friend taught me, and this value added me a very much. Like whenever I see someone, I make them cross the road and I make them eat something if they are not if they want to eat something, and they blessed me a lot, and their blessing counts to me a lot.
Vina, a humble suggestion from my end to you would be see, when the question is in the shape like how friends add value to your life, they add value to your life in many dimensions. Like they are always a sharing shoulder, they're a life support whenever you need, wherever you need. They are a pillar of dependency and trust. They are the people who even teach us lessons, life lessons that we ourselves forget sometimes. So there are many aspects by which we are benefited by our friends in life. You already spoke of the benefits when I asked you that how important friendship is. But when the same question is shaped in a different way, you are mentioning to one part and you are not reflecting to the others. Are you getting my point? You talk that whenever I need,
Yes.
if I have to party, if I have to cry, I always need a friend. So isn't it like that they are a sharing shoulder? I asked that what defines friendship to you? You replied trust and dependency. With trust only we develop dependence, right? So
Yes.
basically friends add value to your life in many aspects which you have already spoken of. So if you are interested in answering the question that how do they add value to your life, please refer to all the aspects that they do. Don't talk about one generic thing. With the help of with the support of an incident which is so touching, and I really got really very moved when you talked about your experience that yes, friends do teach us life lessons, and that's why they are so important in our life for. But besides that also, there are many aspects which you already spoke of. So please try to jot them down in a place in your mind and reflect them the most beautiful way. Okay, so Preeti is back, I believe. Preeti, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. I'm audible now.
Oh, yeah, you're audible now. Do you have an issue with your video now? Because your network is a bit unstable today, perhaps.
Okay, maybe.
Do you have any network issue with your video today?
Yes, I think so. There's some network issue. That's why I got disconnected.
No issues. No issues. No issues. Priti, can you please tell me that how friends add value to your life?
Uh, yeah, sure. Like as I said earlier, that friends are a part of my life. So many friends are like they show us the right path. Whenever we go to the wrong path, they show us the right path. The things we don't share with anybody else, we can share with them. So as you mentioned the word sharing shoulder. So I think many situations like we can't share everything with our parents and anyone. So we can share with them. We can trust them in that situation, and they can just help us out in that key. What should we do in that situation and all that.
Can't you represent the entire answer in a bit better way? Would you like to try?
Okay, like friends add value to my life as in sharing shoulder, as they are my sharing shoulder, as we can trust them in any situation. We can they show us they show us right path whenever we go to the wrong direction. So these 3 points I want to mention.
Okay, so you wanted to mention that friends are your sharing shoulders. You can use them as a path for you, which means that you can on the right track. So they are a pathfinder for you, and more importantly, they are pillar of trust and confidence and dependency. Trust.
I have that experience. I was in class 8.
Mm-hmm.
Then at that time, we are the three friends. Like their name was Diksha and Bhavika. So I was very close with Bhavika, and Diksha is like very jealous with our
Mm-hmm.
friendship. So
Okay.
so yeah. So her name was Pooja, and I Diksha used to my friendship with Bhavika. With so
Have you lost your this how
mean
did you
about the
react to
friendship.
this
So
incident? How did you react to this incident?
I felt very lonely at that time. Ki Bhavika didn't trust me and
Mhm.
because of the jealousy, she just did it.
But even after that, you did not lose your hope and trust in friendship,
Yeah.
right? Okay. It was nice talking to you, Priti. And with that, can we please move on to Kamal? I can see that there is nobody else for the session today. Kamal, hello. How are
Yeah,
you?
hi. Hi, good evening. I'm good. How are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. Can you please turn your video on? Will that be all right for you today?
It's too dark here. Sure, I can try, but I don't know if you can really
Okay.
make out.
Yeah, I can try to make out.
Okay, great.
Okay. Tell me how you define friendship.
See, I had already, I mean, we were in a session with Christine, and I did mention that define because the definition of friendship changes as we progress in age. Because as a kid,
Hmm.
it was like, I need a playmate. So friendship is all about playing. As you grow, you start sharing small, small secrets. So it's about sharing your secrets And as you grow more, then you make you have other relations, like with your partners, and then you talk about your partners, you try to take guidance, like if this is appropriate or not, and then you grow further. So over a period of time, as life evolves, your friendship also evolves.
Mhm.
So there is no one particular definition. My friend, I just share, or I just share secrets, or I just play. So right now I'm at a stage where I need friends to went out and party to have fun. So it's a different definition altogether right now.
Is there anything generic that has remained unchanged over the evolution of friendship?
Let me think.
One fundamental thing that has remained unchanged over time.
One fundamental thing is I'm very picky about my friends, so that has been constant. So that the factor of trust and the factor of sharing, caring has to be there.
Mhm.
So that is more or less constant, and of course trust, honesty. So that I look for in friends. That is constant.
What are the qualifiers one has to satisfy to become a friend of someone?
Yeah, that's what I said. Sharing, caring. You have to be basically a nice human being. You have to be grounded. It's not like you talk high and you have to walk the talk. Whatever you talk, you have to walk. I mean, you cannot just preach and not practice. So those are the things that are very important. And besides that, the trust factor, of course, that we spoke about.
Vina, can you hear Kamal clearly?
Mm.
Yeah.
So you want me to repeat? I mean, if I was breaking up. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Kamal, you are audible.
Yeah, I think there's network issue at Chandrama's end.
No, I am there.
Oh, you're there. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So okay, do you want me to repeat? Hello?
No, I could hear you properly.
You could hear
Yeah.
me. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I
very
could
much
hear you.
audible.
Your sound
Mhm.
was lagging for some time. Yeah. Your sound was lagging for some
Yeah,
time, and
there are
I thought that
network
there is some
issues. That's why I
yeah
stepped
network
out
issues
of
with
my
everybody
house.
for have. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I stepped out of my house so that maybe I'll get a better signal. Though I doubt, but
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your sound was lagging for some time, but yes, I could try
Okay.
to make out you
Hmm.
clearly. The last question to you, Kamal: how friends have added value to your life?
There are a lot of ways they have added value. Like I've learned being patient. I've learned to listen more. Sometimes you just need someone who, instead of judging you, or instead of responding to your emotions, you just need someone to listen through. So
True.
that's one thing that is a very valuable lesson. So I learned that, and then I've also learned how to have more and more fun. you know so yeah, I mean, it's been a fun ride with friends. So
Nowadays, we can see that the children are extremely engaged with gadgets and phones and YouTube and everything. Do you think that
mhm.
this is a kind of a situation which we define mostly as technology addiction is depriving them from the essence of friendship? They're not exploring the
You know what?
opportunities of being a good friend to each other
No, it's
because
the
of
other way around.
because
What
of
I
the
have
electronic kind of an attention. Is it
No,
like
it's
that?
the other way. No, it is the other way around. Because there is no trust, because the times are such that people do not send their kids out to play. They prefer them inside the house because of whatever security reasons, or times are such, basically.
Kamal, I
So
couldn't hear
that
you.
is
Sorry,
why.
I couldn't
Hello?
hear you.
Okay.
I couldn't
Can you
hear
hear
you
me?
clearly.
Is
Yeah,
it
now it
better?
is okay.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
so
better now. Yeah.
I think it's the other way around. It is the gadgets, because the friends are not available. Because I've experienced so many times, be it in my house. I mean, my house gadgets are not there, but they are busy with their own games and books. But the moment someone comes, maybe a friend of mine brings her kids, they leave everything and they'll play with the kid. And I've observed in the other places also, if there are
Mm-hmm.
too many kids, they're not on gadgets, they are with the kids. So it's the times wherein we don't trust others to send our kids to their houses or send our kids outside to play. But the moment the kids are out, they don't want the gadgets. But when they are in house and there's nothing to do, then the gadgets come into picture. And once you are hooked to a gadget, family is always there 24/7. So no one bothers to really talk to the family because you're there. You are a permanent fixture. You cannot live without them. They are there, and that's it. They are part of me. So with friends, it's different. And then when you step out, you play and you forget the gadgets. I think I may be wrong, but that's what I have experienced, and that's what I think.
Is like not hear you. You can turn off your video. I think that will help to hear us better. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so
Yeah,
I
this is
think
better
it's the
now.
other way.
Actually.
Okay, so I think it's the other way around. That the not availability of too many children to be friends with has made children kids more addicted to the gadgets
There are
because
some
time.
people on earth who really do not have friends. My last question to you. There are some people on earth who really do not have much friends around themselves. And
Mhm.
they define them and they're still happy with their life and they say that, yes, we don't need friends. We have family, so we don't need friends. How do you look at it?
See, it's all about, see, happiness is never going to come from outside. It has to come from inside. If they're happy with what they have, then nothing like that. I'll salute to them. You have found happiness within yourself. Provided they are not lunatic or something. So I mean, there are people who just want to cut off from others because of certain fears or certain assumptions, presumptions, etc. Unless that's not the issue, and you're happy within yourself and you have things to do, which is fine. There are a lot of introverts who are like that, and they're very happy with themselves, which is pretty much okay.
Can you imagine a life without friends for yourself? The last question.
I'm a very, very flexible person. So there has been a phase when I got married and I was into kids and I was so busy in my career and I was not in touch with friends and I didn't miss surprisingly because I was so busy. So I wouldn't even during lockdown I was hardly meeting anyone. So I was pretty happy. And once I'm with my friends, I'm equally happy. So as it is said, it has to come from inside. But yes, with friends, of course, I mean, given a choice, I would go out, I would party, I would have fun. So that's altogether a different thing. But if a person is flexible, which also is a very good way of living a peaceful life.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, it was nice talking to you too, as every day. Kamal, thank you for being there.
Sure, same
Take
here.
care, and
Okay, me too.
yeah, sure. Same here too. Yeah, and thank you, Veena. Thank you, Preeti. Thank you, Kamal, for being there. And
Yep,
with that, we
thanks.
wrap up our session for today. And I
Thank you,
look
ma'am.
forward to meet all of you in
Thank
the next
you.
session. Still.